Hey everybody, Frank Kern here, and welcome to video number 3. You know what? This video is going to be the coolest of this entire series for you because today you are going to find out exactly how to find customers with money. And I don't mean we're going to do this theoretically. I'm literally going to walk you through exactly how to go about finding these customers. So let's do a quick recap of everything we learned. In video number 1, you discovered the 3 areas of major growth within the world of selling information online. Those areas are e-learning at $119 billion per year. We've also got niche info products, which is doubling every 3 years, probably a conservative estimate, especially considering it's going totally mainstream. The third area is the area of personal coaching, which is a $2 billion per year industry. And according to industry research, it is the second fastest growing industry on the planet. In our last video, we made everything super simple. You learned that no matter which of these areas you're in, there's really only 5 types of products that people are really buying. So we also eliminated overwhelm because you discovered that no matter what type of product you've got, there's really only 4 types of web pages that you need, and there's really only 3 tools that you need. So hopefully that got rid of any overwhelm or confusion around that, which leads us now to today. We know what sector you want to be in, we know what type of product you want to sell, but how do we find customers? And specifically, how do we find customers with money? Well, right now, I'm going to show you. Let's go to the computer and get started. So right now, by far, the fastest and most efficient and best place to get customers is Facebook. And you know why? Because contrary to what you might have heard, you actually can reach just about any market, and you actually can reach just about any customer. And the reason why that's true is because we now have better targeting than ever. And the reason we have it is because of big data. You know what? Let me show you. Let's say that we're after the elusive whale client, the client that all people who sell stuff about business really wish they could get in front of. That is the business owner with money. All right, and let's really narrow it down. Let's say that for some reason our target market is a married American male business owner between the age 44 and 60 who actually has some money to spend with you. Now, that's a pretty tight, narrow target. Wouldn't you agree? And most people would say, well, these types of people aren't going to be on Facebook. They're going to be too busy running their businesses. Well, let me show you right now how you can find them today. I think you're going to love how straightforward this is. So this is the page that Facebook shows you when you go to create an ad. And it's basically saying, hey, who do you want to show the ad to? So in this case, we have a really narrow customer avatar, right? So we are going to select United States, just because that's where I am. And if you recall, our buyer criteria was a married man aged 44, weirdest age I know, age 44 to 60. So let's scroll over here to 60. There we go. That was also a business owner with money. So the first thing I've done is I've selected men and set my age, all right? But we're only halfway there. Of course, this is way too broad. There's 20 million people that meet that criteria. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to say, well, I would like to have married men here in this particular case, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here to our secret weapon. So see this little box where it says detailed targeting? This is where we can really start targeting who we want to show our ad to. And the coolest part of this is this little thing that says browse. So I'm going to click browse and I'm going to find the married criteria. So the way we do it is we go right under here under demographics, we scroll down to relationship, we hit relationship status, and I will select married. All right, so now what we have is we've got married men in the United States between the age of 44 and 60. But of course, we want married male business owners as well. All right, so how do we find them? Well, in this case, we're going to click on the narrow audience link right down here. It's kind of hidden for us. So I'm going to click it here, and now I'm going to say they must also match at least one of the following. So now I'm going to say, okay, in this case, we want business owners. All right, so I'm going to click on browse here. I'm going to go back to demographics. I'm going to scroll down over here to work right here. And now I'm going to select job titles. And when I do, I can just start typing stuff in. So let's type in business owner and see what we can see. So I've got business owner. I'll click on it. When I do, as you can see, it is added now to our list. I'm also going to click on small business owner. I'll really click everything in this category. Business owner, engineer, orthodontist, business ownership, licensed professional counselor. So now we've got a pretty basic list of phrases that imply, okay, this person is a married man, age 44 to 60, who also has one of these parts of demographic criteria here. We still get even more of them. So we were browsing, okay? So we started out, I hit the browse button and I started looking at those demographics. Once we've typed in a couple of these, now we can hit suggestions, and look what Facebook does for us automatically. It's also saying, hey, there's some other people that you might have missed. For example, ownership. So anyone, as you can see over here kind of on the right, with people who listed their job title as ownership in their Facebook profile, well, we want them. Founder, sounds good to me, we'll take them. And the list just goes on and on and on and on and on. So let's see, I'll just get a couple more over here. So this looks pretty good. All right, so as you can see, there's even more that we could select, but for the sake of time here, I'm not gonna select all of them. I'm just showing you how to do it. So now, we've got business owners who are married, who are men, who are between the ages of 44 and 60, who are in the United States. But you know what we don't have? We don't have people who meet all that criteria who also have some money. So we want prospects who can afford to purchase from us. It's just logical, right? Why would we spend the money to advertise otherwise? So what we're going to do is we're just going to click on narrow further. And we're going to say they must also meet or must also match at least one of the following. And now I'm going to go back to browse right here. I'm going to click on demographics and watch this. This is unbelievable. I'm going to go to financial. I'm going to select net worth and have a look. I will take, let's say, everyone with a net worth over $200,000. So wait a minute. You're probably wondering, okay, how does Facebook even begin to know this data, right? So when you set up your Facebook account, you probably didn't say, yes, Facebook, here's what my net worth is. You know, I certainly didn't. If they'd asked me, I'd have said it's zero. I'd have said it's like -0 because I wouldn't want anybody to bother me. So how do they know this? Well, here's the thing. I'll probably get part of this story wrong. So here's kind of a general concept of how all of this came about. A couple years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, Facebook partnered with major third-party data providers. For example, one of those, I believe, is Experian, the credit agency. So you know, like when you go to buy a car or whatever, and they run your credit and they seem to know every single thing about you, they're usually tapping into Experian's database. So Experian is one example where if you sign up with Facebook, Facebook basically goes, hey, Experian, do you know this person? And Experian's like, totally. I know all about that person. They got this credit score, they have this net worth, they have this level of income and everything. They also partnered with other third-party data providers that provide your buying history. So whenever you're signing up with Facebook or whenever your prospect is signing up with Facebook, Facebook is actually accessing those databases to compile what your true demographics are. While that might be a little creepy for me and you as consumers, it's on the other hand really awesome for me and for you as well as advertisers, because we can get laser targeted traffic easier than ever before. So that's why they know all this stuff. So I knew you were probably wondering. I just wanted to take a break and share it with you. Now let's keep working. All right, so I'll select this. I'll select 500 to 750, 750 to 1 million, and I will, let's see here, 1 million to 2 million, and that seems pretty good. And then we also have liquid assets of over 2 million. That's a lot of money. That's money just sitting around in cash. That's pretty good. All right. So once we hit all of those criteria, notice that our audience size has gotten smaller. It is now 150,000 people. But think about this. This is 150,000 ideal people in this particular scenario. We have literally gotten exactly who we want. Okay, so now we know how to find business owners with money that meet this very, very strict set of criteria. But of course, what if you're not selling business-related stuff, right? So all you folks who don't sell business-related stuff, I know you get tired of us internet guys only ever talking about how to sell business-related stuff. Well, I have good news for you. I should have better news for you. It is actually easier for you to find your customer base than it is for people who sell to businesses. Let me give you an example. So let's say that you are in the personal coaching business and you're teaching new moms how to get body after baby, or maybe you're doing parenting coaching, or maybe you have a course or an ebook or whatever on how to raise your baby or how to get your baby to go to sleep at night. Well, who would your target market be? Well, obviously it would be new moms, but we wouldn't want just any new mom. We would want a new mom who's got the money to spend with you, right? So why don't we go ahead and find them right now? This is even faster and easier than the business stuff. Let's go. So here we are on the same Facebook page, and this is going to be faster. So now I'm just going to select women. We're still in the United States. We could choose another country if we wanted to. And this is new, we're after new mom customers. So I'll say between the ages of, well, let's see, I will say age 20 to, I will just kind of put in here 40. Sounds pretty good. So now, once again, all the magic really happens here. And when we go into consumer markets, like new moms, it really becomes easier. Watch this. I'm going to click on Browse. Once again, we're going to click on Demographics. Right here, I'm going to scroll down and I can select Parents. From the category of Parents, I can select Moms, and now we can say new moms, which is really amazing. And by the way, you know, if you were selling something like coaching parents on how to deal with troubled at-risk children, well, we would probably select moms of high school kids, etc. So once you start playing around with this, you'll really realize how endless your possibilities are. Let's go ahead, select new moms, all right? So now what we've got is between the ages of 20 and 40 in the United States, we've got all the new moms, which is 3.2 million people. That's a lot. Of course, we want new moms with money. So once again, I'm going to click narrow audience right here, this little link under that box, and it is by default saying the audience must also match at least one of the following. So you know what? We're going to go for the money stuff again. In this case, I'm going to click on Browse. I'll go back to demographics. I will click on financial once again. And last time we did net worth, which is different from income. Income is how much you make. Net worth is how much you got laying around. So let me just show you how easy it is to get the same data, but sort it now by income. So I'll click on income. And let's say we want new moms who all make over $75,000 a year. So I'll click on 75. I will click on 100 and 125, 150. 250, 350 to 400, and over 500. So if we were to go here now, we see we have 750 new moms in the United States between 20 and 40 years old who earn over $75,000 per year, all the way from $75,000 up to over $500,000, which at this stage is the highest income level you can choose on Facebook. So look, as you can see right now, literally you could just, at the end of this video, go out and find your customers doing everything I just showed you. I know it's enormously profitable to make that a very confusing process for you and then try to sell you some course on how to do it. But frankly, I'd rather just go ahead and show you how to find your customers right now, because I want you to really, truly get how fortunate we are in this very moment. Think about it. We've got three things that have come together for us. Thing number one is we've got these areas of massive growth within the information business sector, where we're getting more and more customers flooding this marketplace every single day, and their demand is just through the roof. Furthermore, as you just saw, we have easier access to customers than we've ever had before. We've never in the history of advertising been able for just regular people like you and I, for pennies, to go out and start targeting our perfect customers by very, very strict demographic criteria, just like you just saw. But the third thing we have going for us is it's also super easy to run this type of business. As you saw in our last video, there's really only 4 types of web pages you need. There's really only 5 types of products that you could possibly sell, and there's no need to sell all 5 types, and there's really only 3 tools you need. So if we take all of these and we put them together, what we really have is an age of incredible opportunity. We have a window of opportunity that is opening right now that is really unprecedented, in my opinion. So if you enjoyed this video series, you probably can put 2 and 2 together and realize that the purpose of this video series is to help build desire for a new class I'm teaching called Info Business Blueprint. That class is going to come on the market in a few days, and it will be available for a limited amount of time. If you would like early access to to be able to enroll in that class, or at least to be able to find out more details about that class before the rest of the world does, go ahead, click the link below this video and get on the early bird list. When you do, I'll send you details about it and an opportunity to enroll in the class before everybody else. That way, you can make an informed decision of whether or not this is actually right for you and enroll without having to deal with the mad rush of the crowd. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed teaching you all of this stuff. Please use all the information I just gave you. We really have never seen an opportunity like this before. We don't really have any excuses anymore. Success can be yours if you just want to go out there and get it, work hard, and help everybody. So this is Frank Kern signing off. Look forward to seeing you soon.